Hello, welcome to Survival ABCs. This video is going to be a little bit about my top 10 urban survival kit. Now, normally my urban survival kit would be my EDC backpack. That's my everyday carry backpack. Now, technically that's what I carry with me all the time, but someone asked me, what my top 10 items would be. So if I don't have the backpack and I just have the 10 items, what would they be? Originally I wasn't going to shoot this video at all, but I changed my mind. I decided to go through with it and see what we can come up with. So these are my 10 items here. Basically for urban survival, it's not necessarily survival like you would in the wilderness, say like these life-saving items, for example. These are just kind of the items that I would carry with me if ever I go into the city. I don't go in the city very often, but I do venture in there every now and then, so I'll generally carry my EDC, but if I didn't have that, then I would definitely have these items with me here. So I figured I'd pick out a few items here, and these so far appear to be the ones that I carry with me the most often. So I figured I'd go through a little bit about what these are. First and foremost, my cell phone. It's pretty obvious. I'm pretty sure everyone here has a cell phone in their kits. What kind of person doesn't, right? Everybody's got phones nowadays. Obviously you can make phone calls, text messaging, emails, Messenger, Facebook, the whole works. And then of course you can look up information on it as well. It's technology. Normally I don't like technology very much, but it's there. It's on my phone. It came with the phone, and so I'm a little bit cheap, I'll admit to it. So I don't have all the apps downloaded, but I'm obviously not going to go out of my way for it. But I do have the stuff in there that I do want and need. Maps, for example, electronic compass, so on and so forth. So phone, obviously number one. Definitely the most useful item I have with me when I'm in the city. The second is my wallet. I'm not going to open it up. It's a bit private, but obviously, you got your money in there, my cash, debit cards, Visa, a couple other business cards, other things that are very useful to me. I also have one of those hiker pocket guide kits in there as well. It's basically just a compass, magnifying glass, reflective mirror, stuff like that. It's one of those little pocket wallet guides. I can't remember the name of it. I'll shoot a video about it in the near future. Next up is my paracord bracelet. Why? Is because I pretty much wear it all the time and I really like it. And aside from the paracord on it, there's a ferro rod and there's also a whistle on it. There's the whistle. Sorry. You can definitely see the striking piece right there, and you got your ferro rod right there in the middle. I wear this pretty much all the time whenever I'm in the city. How often are we going to make fires? Probably never, but if I find myself in a situation in which case I'm going to be bugging out or sleeping in the woods, so to speak, in the city, there's some areas where you can definitely, some people have done it. If need be, I can make a small fire with that, so I definitely want to have it around. Then obviously you got my water bottle. This is the one that's from my EDC, and well, all these items are from my EDC, but water is always a good thing to have with you. It's gonna be a hot day, you're on the move. I don't work in the city, but I do venture down there for shopping purposes and such. But there have been times where you find yourself stuck on the train for a little while, you get a little thirsty, it is hot outside, and just in general it's just nice to have some water around. Toilet paper, I'm sure there's some people out there who find this to be a little silly, and I don't blame you, but I have had some times in the past where you really gotta go and you venture out to the bathroom and suddenly there's no toilet paper there, and then you gotta either do it and then hope for the best afterwards, or you gotta track somebody down to get the toilet paper and then do your business. But either way, I like to carry it a little bit around with me anyways, just in case, for those kinds of purposes. There's other times where I'm walking through a forest park in the city, and they have their public bathrooms. There's either no toilet paper in there or the bathroom's shut down for the season, so it's nice to have it around. Now this here is my compass. Of course, my cell phone has a compass on it, but before I had this phone here, I had an older flip phone. The phone itself was about 8 years old, and it had no apps, no maps, no compass, nothing on it. So I came pretty attached to the compass, especially on those cloudier days when you're in the city and you can't really rely on looking up at the sun, or if it's areas in which case I've never really been to before. It's nice to carry it around, that way you can at least get an idea of which way you're heading. There have been some times where I leave the subway and I get outside and it's either stormy weather or it's nighttime, and I don't really know where I'm going. But like I said, you have all that stuff on the phone now, but before I never did, and I came pretty attached to the compass. But I'm gonna definitely hold on to it because it is quite useful to me, and there's a mirror inside of it as well. Pocket knife, like in the wilderness, there's like 100 different things you can do with a pocket knife. I do know that there's some people out there who carry a pocket knife for the purpose of self-defense in the city. Me personally, I don't use it for self-defense. I've never really had much of those kind of situations. I've had people, in fact, try to rob me in the past, 3 times in fact. The first time I fought back, but I didn't have a knife, of course. And the other 2 times I managed to talk them out of it. But knives, some people, like I said, use it for self-defense. I purposely don't. I'm a big guy, I can handle myself. I know a few things about self-defense, but whenever I go shopping in the city and I buy some certain things, I like to be able to open it up sometimes. I get a little excited and I do want to open it up. But if I know a knife, it's not happening, So it definitely comes in handy. This is my camping knife, by the way. I have a couple of these. These things are really cool. It's got a lot of tools on it. Knife, small knife, saw, can opener. Oh, the can opener too. You can definitely use that for opening a can of soup that I bring with me in the city sometimes. And of course, I got my flashlight. This one here really kicks ass. Got like 3 settings to it. Like it's when you first turn it on, it starts low like this. Then it's a medium. Then it's bright. You just kind of like click the button a little bit without actually fully clicking it. But it's really kick-ass. I love that flashlight. I've had some situations where I find myself where the lights go out on a blackout sometimes in the summer, or other times during storms, and it definitely comes in handy. Then of course I got my keys here. I got some nice little paracord thing. This is a can opener, bottle opener, by the way. But the paracord is what I wanted the most specifically. But I got keys to a lockbox. I got my work keys. I got my home keys. I got my car keys. Obviously in the city, for me, I don't drive in the city very much, but I do carry my keys around for the obvious reasons. So it's very convenient to have it. Otherwise, I'm not going to get back in my car again, right? Also, I got my phone charger. I got the charger with the extended length to it. I think it's like 1 meter or so long. This is for the obvious reasons. Excuse me. Obvious reasons for my phone. There have been times where I get up early to go and I've realized I forgot to charge my phone the night before. So I go down the city with a very low battery on my phone. So it's really nice to have the charger around, so that way when I stop for lunch or something like that, I can plug it in and that way charge it up for a little while. So I really find it useful to have this. I've considered in the past getting those solar panel chargers, but I'm not ready for it yet. I'm doing just fine without it, so I don't really have a serious need for it. But this charger here is definitely holding its own for now. So these are my top 10 urban survival items. I was considering this camera that I'm using as one of the items, but I do have the camera on the phone. There's always something going down in the city, good or bad, so it's always, people always have their cameras on them. So I'd use this camera that I'm using now, but and try to save the memory on the phone, but this works just perfectly, and it's an HD camera phone too, so there you go. Anyways, this is my top 10 urban survival items. And like I said, it's not like a wilderness thing like you expect most people to hear when you hear a urban survival kit. But this is just the kind of stuff that I could carry on a normal basis when I'm down in the city. So, anyways, this is Survival ABCs, and I'll see you around till next time.